What's going on, guys? This is Joe, and I am back once again to open a Rivals of Ixalan pre-release kit. Now, I say once again, we opened 4 of them on the channel at once for the actual pre-release itself. You guys can go check that video out. I'm sure it'll be linked at the end for you. I'm going to start ripping into this while I talk to you. But I love pre-release kits. I try to open as many as I can from other sets as well. Usually I start it beforehand, but this time I had to just kind of power through it. I love pre-release kits. They're great. It represents an entire limited format that gets really underrepresented, in my opinion, at least on paper, when it's not pre-release time. I got the white D20, as we can see, and we have 6 packs, 4 Rivals, 2 regular Ixalan, and a promo card. So we're going to do the promo card first, then Ixalan. Ooh, it's Ghalta, Primal Hunger. So that's cool. There is already an alternate art Ghalta out there, so I don't believe that this particular promo is necessarily going to be valuable, although the date stamp is a thing. It does make it something, and Ghalta is a card that people seek out, so if you guys are new to how we do, or how we've been doing pre-release kits recently, at least when we do individual pre-release kit videos, I will look through these cards, and I'm going to try to make a deck out of them, but I want your guys' opinions as well. So if you see a thread or a through line of cards that I don't see, please let me know. I would love those opinions. We have a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat, Nest Robber, Ixali's Diviner, Prosperous Pirates, Swashbuckling, Headwater Sentries, Vanquish the Weak, great card, Pirate's Cutlass, Anointed Deacon, very nice, Kitesail Freebooter is our first uncommon, Bonded Horncrest is the second, and Ixalan's Binding, great removal spell, is the third. The first rare or mythic, not counting Ghalta, is... Ooh, we have a foil common in Sun-Crowned Hunters, which means that we are going to have a flip card as our rare. That's how that works in these packs. But we have a foil common in Sun-Crowned Hunters, and our rare is Treasure Map. Not a bomb necessarily, but still a fine card. I mean, you get to scry, and then it flips into the Treasure Cove, and you can sacrifice treasures to draw cards, which is great. Why not? Drawing cards is a pretty cool thing, and if you will have time, usually in Sealed, to be doing stuff like that. So, oh, sorry. If you care about the rest of the pack, there was this token, the Vampire token, and the flip card as well, if you need that for your unsleeved deck or your see-through sleeves or whatever. Second and last Ixalan pack, we have Queen's Commission, Blightkeeper, Fathom Fleet Firebrand, a Commune with Dinosaurs, a Storm Sculptor, Dire Fleet Interloper, Encampment Keeper, Run Aground, Unknown Shores, Swashbuckling again. Raider's Wake is the first uncommon if we wanted to go with a discard strategy. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this card necessarily. Behind Raider's Wake, we have an Adanto Vanguard. I am a huge fan of this card, though. And a Bishop of the Bloodstained. Also a big fan of this one. With our Anointed Deacon from earlier, maybe we go Vampires. Let's see if this rare or mythic changes our mind. It is... That definitely doesn't change my mind. Oh, man. I don't know about you guys. This pack was nuts for Vampires. Holy crap. That's awesome. Vona, Butcher of Magan. That's fantastic. So we get a mythic, first of all, but after a Bishop of the Bloodstained and an Adanto Vanguard, it's looking like Vampires is going to be pretty good. We got that Vanquish the Week earlier as well. So behind Vona, we have a Mountain and a Treasure token. We move on to Rivals of Ixalan with the idea that so far we've got seemingly some pretty good support for a sweet vampire deck. Let's see what, if anything, Rivals of Ixalan gives us to help us or make our decisions a little bit harder. We start with a Sailor of Means, a Sun-Collared Raptor, Moment of Triumph, Voracious Vampire, a Jadecraft Artisan, Moment of Craving. Wow, so we have both moments in this pack that work well in the vampire decks. A Colossal Dreadmaw, Jade Bearer, Buccaneer's Bravado, Martyr of Dusk, another vampire. Sea Red is our first uncommon. Reaver Ambush is the second. That's a nice removal spell as well. And Resplendent Griffin is the third. Our rare or mythic in this pack is another mythic in the Immortal Sun. This card, yeah, I mean, it gives your creatures +1/+1. It makes your spells cheaper. It does a lot of different things. It does cost 6 mana. So if we're trying to go for an aggressive deck, which these strategies, this format kind of makes you want to do, this one may not make the cut, but it might. Who knows? This might be a good sideboard card too, if the games go long. But anyway, after the Immortal Sun, an island and an elemental token. It's also just nice to have the Immortal Sun because it's a mythic, and opening mythics is cool. Value is always nice. Okay, there we go. We got it. In this pack, we have an Araska Raptor, Raptor Companion, Negate, Fathom Fleet Border, Araska Frillback, Moment of Craving again, Traveler's Amulet, if we wanted to splash some stuff, Kitesail Corsair, a Snubhorn Sentry, Hornswoggle is our first uncommon, Atsakan Seer is the second. This is our second gold uncommon out of 2 packs, and a Famished Paladin, which is a vampire. And our rare or mythic is a Wayward Swordtooth. This card is interesting. I don't know that we've seen a lot of green support necessarily. I mean, the Atsakan Seer was there, and we've seen some Traveler's Amulets, so splashing is a possibility, although, I don't know. We'll have to see. Behind the Swordtooth is a foil common Inspirewinder. This card is actually really, really good. I like the foiling pattern on it a lot, but I just like this card a lot. It's a regular 2/3 flyer for 4, but if it ascends, it just gets, or if you have ascend, it gets +1/+1, which is great. I like that a lot. Behind Spirewinder, a Plains and a Treasure Token. We have 2 more packs left. This one has the Moment of Craving art on it. We already have 2 of those. And we start with the theme that we might still be going for, maybe not, with the Sanguine Glorifier, the vampire theme. Another Spirewinder, whoops, a Brazen Freebooter, followed by a Recover, as you saw, a Plummet, Dusk Charger, Evolving Wilds for more splashing possibilities, Bombard, oh my goodness, Luminous Bonds, that one we don't want to skip, that's a great card. Sworn Guardian, Sky Marcher Aspirant is our first uncommon, and a nice one if we want to go vampires. A Curious Obsession, sweet art, and another Famished Paladin. That's a second Famished Paladin out of 2 or 3 packs. That's great. And our rare or mythic in this pack is... Wow. No. That's good. This is a Tetzamach Primal Death. If you're not aware of what this card does, read it. If you can see it now, pause it and read what this card does. This one's almost definitely making it in. If we have to force black, I'll do so. This card is fantastic. Behind Tetzamach, a Forest and a Saproling token. We have 1 pack left. We've already gotten Vona and Tetzamach. I don't know that I need much else. I feel like we're almost definitely in those 2 colors, but I might be able to be swayed depending on what's in here. We'll see. We have a Brazen Freebooter again. A Divine Verdict. Very nice. A River Darter. A Gilt Grove Stalker. Voracious Vampire again. A Plummet again. A Strider Harness. Jungleborn Pioneer. This card's cool. We haven't seen a lot of Merfolk support, but this is a good card. A Gruesome Fate. A Deadeye Rig Hauler. Pitiless Plunderer is the first uncommon, and it's a black uncommon. Daring Buccaneer, nice card, and a Crested Herd Caller. And our last rare or mythic is an Awakened Amalgam. I don't know if I am a big fan of this card. We don't have a ton of different lands. If we had the Evolving Wilds out, sure, but we would want to be cracking it to get something because it doesn't do anything for us. So I don't think this guy quite makes the cut. Behind that, a Mountain and a Dinosaur token. Guys, I'll be back in just a second and you will see what kind of a deck I made out of all of this. Okay, so I'm back, and unsurprisingly, what I came up with is what you see here. It is a vampire deck through and through, very nice, very simple. The only card that I'm aware of that we have creature-wise that is not a vampire is this Kitesail Freebooter at 2 mana and this Blightkeeper at 1 mana. It's an early flyer. I think it's important. Plus, if the game goes long and we don't have some of our big bombs, which we probably will, we can always use Blightkeeper to make them lose 4, us gain 4. Maybe it untaps some of our Famished Paladins and we can attack with them as well. So, I mean, it was pretty self-explanatory. In terms of our spells, we have a Queen's Commission and then removal. And or combat tricks in the moments of triumph and craving. But, you know, Vanquish the Weak, Reaver Ambush, Luminous Bonds, Divine Verdict, Ixalan's Binding. And then otherwise we've just got vampire creatures. We have 2 Voracious Vampires at 3. I mentioned the Famished Paladins, the Martyr of Dusk, the Adanto Vanguard. Sky Marcher Aspirant is over here as an early flyer as well, which, I mean, hopefully we ascend, of course. And then on our top end, we have Vona, Anointed Deacon, and Bishop of the Bloodstained at 5, and good old Tetsamok at 6. So, I'm sorry, obviously also not a vampire, although he does not need to be. He is doing plenty on his own. Or she. I actually don't know. But here is the deck. Now, I always try to show you guys some of the cards that I chose not to use, and that, you know, maybe you can give me your opinion as to whether I should have put those in or not. But this is the deck. This is the 23. I played a similar deck at the pre-release for Rivals of Ixalan, except instead of Vona, I had Saint Elenda, which was still fantastic. The deck was amazing, and I did okay. Some poor land draws are a thing, but what do you guys think of this deck? And then the other question, because please feel free to sound off in the comments, the things I didn't put in that might have been interesting were this Gruesome Fate, and if the game goes long and we need to get in those last couple of points of damage, if they end up stabilizing against our early threats, this might not be a terrible card to board in. We have the Pitiless Plunderer if we find that things are dying and we need more land to get up to our bombs at 5 and 6. Or the Fathom Fleet Cutthroat for just another little bit of removal. I know we have plenty, but here's another way of doing it, is if they block one of our little 1/1s or 2/1s or something, we gain the life, which is what we care about, and so maybe they think we're just throwing it away for that reason, and then we can play this Cutthroat out and kill something, maybe like a big dinosaur or something like that. Behind the Cutthroat, a Direfleet Interloper as well, just a serviceable creature. It's got Menace. It has done good work for me in Ixalan. I just figured I'd ask you guys if you feel like it should have gone in. Then we have the Raptor Companion as well. It's a lower drop creature. It could do some work. It could be a little bit scary for our opponent early on if they don't have early action. But then the other things were, I mean, you guys saw that I have Vona and I have Tetsamok, but I had other rares and mythics that could go in this deck, and the ones that I'm not choosing not to go with would be this Awakened Amalgam, as you guys saw, the Treasure Map, the flip card, because I think it's a little too slow, and the Immortal Sun. And again, I could keep that around to board it in. It does do a lot of different things, but I think at 6 mana, it's a little slow. That's definitely the top of our curve, and Tetsamok may be a little lonely up there, but he deserves it. So, because he deserves that spot. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to go that high in a deck like this. But, guys, give me your opinions, please, in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. Do you think that I'm a luck sack and got good stuff? Do you think the deck's not as good as I think it is? Any and all comments would be appreciated. Should I have added something in or taken something out? Also, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Geek for All. I have been Joe. Please feel free to click that logo and subscribe. It really helps us out quite a bit, and you'll find out when all of our videos come out. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.